Hey everybody, it's JANG here with an update to my train station progress, and this is my favorite update yet by far because I've finally gotten in these cascading curved elements that I've been kind of dreaming of for quite a long time. Have not known exactly how I was going to get that in there. I've had different little designs that I've considered off to the side. None of them have really fit in with the reality of the shape of the thing until now. And now it all just fits together pretty perfectly, going all the way up to the top. It required a little bit of adjustment of some things, such as thickening up the white kind of caps at the ends down here. But yeah, I wish I could have had that a little bit thinner, but it is definitely worth it. I've actually managed to get this line of windows almost centered, almost. It's just a little bit off, but it's pretty close to being centered with the stairway in there. So I'm really happy with that because it just has the kind of look that I've wanted for this train station from the start. And this is going to be the side that faces towards the outside of the layout, so it's going to be the side that's most visible. And it's all just working. It's all coming together now. The way that this window here for the elevator shaft came together with the recent pieces that I've picked up. You saw me get from Bricklink, a bag of those inverted, relatively new arch pieces, the three stud wide ones, allowed me to completely redo this wall because previously, to get the shape that I wanted nice and curved, I had to do upside down building. That was just tricky, and it's just so much easier to be able to just put things on top of each other and they just work. And I do have the elevator shaft actually complete. It's a hydraulic elevator, so you can see just the piston shaft of the thing is just in there. It's very thin, but this is always going to be in the up position. It's just going to kind of be posed there where somebody can be coming out or getting in, but that's the design. I have never wanted this to be a working elevator because it just would require so much bulk. It would be absolutely ridiculous. So this is exactly what I want, and that goes, you know, the opening and the windowed area goes all the way down to the base. Everything is actually fitting together with the elevated platform, which is another big deal. I've shown, I think, a couple of updates on just shapes that I've worked on for the elevated platform, but this has actually come together now, and it's a little tough to see in there, a little bit dark, but this took many hours to get. Maybe you can see a little bit better from this side. I thought you could see a little bit better from this side, but now I'm actually standing in the light. It's tough to, there we go, you can kind of see it. Lots of building on the sides and things that had to be kind of clamped together carefully, in different shape for the end cap than for the pylons. But I mentioned before that I wanted to use a minimum number of pylons, not necessarily a realistic arrangement of them. So I've only got one right there and then one all the way out at this end. And then everything in between that is open. So that left me with all this open space to do the floor plan. I'm going to have little storage lockers down at that end, but that has left everything open. I think that on a real station, you would have one additional, just for that kind of span, you'd have one additional support, vertical support in there, but I have built this thing with so much strength in it. So much of it is interlocked together. I think you can see from under here. Yeah, there we go. So if you look back, you're looking at the underside of the platform where the elevated track actually comes through. So it's all one stud wide beams that go through there, and most of those in the center are Technic beams, which are offset and pinned together. So they have a lot of strength in every direction, and then things tend to be locked together across to the passenger part of the platform, you know, the area that actually has foot traffic on it rather than trains coming through. And then the stairway actually works as a diagonal support, so that prevents the whole thing from wanting to shift out when weight comes, when the kind of the center of mass of the platform shifts towards this side when a train comes through, and then when it shifts back. So that just helps to keep everything very solid, and it is very solid at this point. Let me see if I can give you a better indication of just how solid this is. I mean, I'm lifting up the entire train station with this right now. And I can take, this is a relatively heavy train car. It has a motor at one end and folks in there, and it's fairly solid. I can put that on top of this, and this itself weighs more than the entire elevated train by far. And putting that on there doesn't cause anything to move. I mean, the tiniest fraction of a millimeter of movement, it's not even perceptible. So this is nice and strong. I'm really happy with the engineering of that, and I'm really happy with just the look, the aesthetics of this covered area. Obviously this is not locked together yet. I need to build, oh yeah, I've also brought in, just for the sake of art, a couple of stickered pieces here. So I need to build kind of a canopy over the stairway at the top level, and that's going to be relatively rectangular, I think. And then I need to have the coverings out here, which will kind of be roughly rounded shaped. It's not going to look like this exactly, but that's the general idea, is that it'll have, you know, rounded covering going across it. I am going to try to go with the medium blue color for the upper platform compared to the dark blue for the lower platform, because I'm almost completely out of dark blue tiles, and I don't want to do another order now if I can help it. I think I may have enough medium blue tiles and, you know, interspersing in some plates to pull that off. So hopefully that'll look okay. And then also need to put something back here and also cap off the ends, and then do a little bit more detail back there where the storage lockers will be. That might actually be put in after I move this into my layout. But this is, all the hard stuff is done now. The toughest stuff to do was this whole awning up here, the connection of exactly how the stairway was going to get to the exact level it needed to be. That was a little bit tough, but the pylons were just, that was a monster project. And like I said, just so many hours of work, and over the course of probably a couple weeks that it took to get that right. But it is right now, and so I am really happy with this, and it's all a coast from here, really. It's gonna be fairly easy. So maybe the next update will be the last update before it's absolutely 100% complete. Thank you for watching, thank you for following along, and I'll talk to you again soon.